Srimataji, what is Sahaja Yoga?
Sahaja, Saha means with, Ja means born. So it is born with you the right to become united, which is the yoga, with the divine.
And this Sahaja Yoga is something that everybody can have, is it? Is something everybody can practice?
Of course.
And how does this connection with the divine take place?
We have within ourselves this power in the triangular bone, which is called as sacrum, meaning sacred, which when awakened sprouts like a primule in a seed and rises through 6 subtle centers, opens out the last center and gets connected with the divine, which is a subtle energy all around us, which organizes us, which nourishes us, does all the living work. Above all, it loves us.
Does this mean, Srimataji, that people who have not had the ability to practice Sahaja Yoga are not connected with the divine?
Most of them are not. And if some of them are, they don't know all about it.
So this is an extra force that is available to human beings to develop themselves in this world.
Of course. This is the last breakthrough of our evolution, where you have to get connected with the divine, you have to feel it on your central nervous system, and that's how you get your self-realization.
Do I perceive here that this is a way of balancing oneself, of keeping in such a way, of living one's life in such a way that one is not unbalanced in one's view of what is going on around us?
Yes, we have 2 sides in our system of autonomous nervous system, left and right, which we call as left and right sympathetic nervous system. The left side caters for our emotions, for our past, our desires. The right side caters for our action, physical and mental. If you indulge into one too much and go too far with it, you develop an imbalance within yourself. In the center lies the third power, which we call as parasympathetic nervous system. This is the channel which is the central path of ascent. When the Kundalini rises through it, it brings you in the balance because it rises in the center of the system. So this is the minimum that happens, that you develop your balance.
So how does one actually achieve this balance?
It just happens spontaneously.
In other words, there's no physical requirement on an individual?
Not at all, not at all. It's a evolutionary step, as I told you. In our evolution, we have developed a balance. We can stand on our 2 legs. Animals cannot. In the same way, you develop this special balance between your emotions and your actions in a very proper way.
You speak as though this is some sort of evolutionary step.
Yes, it is. It is the last breakthrough, that you have to become the spirit now. And this has to be achieved, which can be achieved only through a living process, because we have become human beings through a living process, and that living process has to act within us.
This sounds as though it is rather a significant time then in the history of humanity.
Very much. In the history of humanity, in the history of evolution, in the history of spirituality is the most important time, because here where you will get whatever has been promised to you so far. So
it's no accident then that Sahaja Yoga has appeared in the world at this time?
No, not at all, not at all. It's all predicted thousands of years back in India, and later on by many saints. Even William Blake has predicted it.
Srimala, I was reading an article just now where you were talking about inner peace and outer peace. This seems to be something that attracts the attention of people in this present stressful age.
By realization, what happens as a result, you become a person endowed with thoughtless awareness. That means you see everything, you witness everything, and whenever you want to say or to think, you can see about it. But you don't react. There's no reaction. So you are empowered to see it in such a manner that there need not be any thought. Just the whole creation acts on you. It's a very subtle thing. It's to be experienced. And that is the point where we realize that we are the source of peace. And that's how our inner peace is established. Now people have many foundations of peace. I have known all of them. They have no peace within themselves. Some people have got peace awards and they are horribly hot-tempered people. But they have got peace awards, Nobel Prizes. The peace has to be first of all found inside and then it manifests outside.
Shimala, another question we wanted to ask you is because of this rather useful way you use your hands to describe the movement of the chakra when they part. I wonder if you could just explain why, when illness occurs, it occurs because of the movement away of one center from another.
All right. What I try to show them, that this is the left side, this is the right side. So this is the left sympathetic nervous system, say, and this is the right sympathetic nervous system. And really spinal cord looks like this. And inside here is the spinal cord, which has the centers in it, the subtle centers. Now, when you start using the energy of these centers, say too much on the right, and it starts moving more towards the right, and there's a constriction. And the power becomes less because you are exhausting. Going more towards the right side. Suddenly something happens, and from the left, if there's a jerk, then the connection is completely broken. This is on its own. It starts working on its own. That's we can say that this has become malignant. I have no relationship with the whole to have the proportionate growth. So if the nose starts developing, it can cover your eyes, can cover your mouth, everything. This is how a cancer is set in. Or any other disease. So many psychosomatic diseases are nothing but somatic is from the right side, and when the psyche gives in, then it becomes a psychosomatic disease. There are so many diseases which are more psychosomatic than physical. And these we call them as incurable, can be easily cured by Kundalini awakening, because when Kundalini passes through this, she just integrates them. For example, she's going like this, then she goes into this, integrates them. Just like she strings them like pearls. And so they are brought down. And also she nourishes that center. That's how people get cured. Automatically, by themselves, by their own power.